I want to walk us back a little bit and then take us to where we are now, but walk us back for those people who are starting 0 to $1 million is probably kind of that first phase most people find themselves in. And usually then that is just kind of that bias fraction getting launched. Now, in hindsight, knowing what we know now, we're going to try to take some of these kind of pre-branding things in stride. So I guess, what would your advice be to those who are trying to get to that $1 million mark? What should they be focused on with branding? Because having the best website in the world, having the best logos in the world probably isn't, I guess, priority number one. It's super important, but it's not priority number one. How would you see that from what you've seen with us last couple of years in your research, Abs?
I'd say absolutely. If we're starting all over again, the only thing we need, I would say, is the Amazon platform, right? The Amazon.com platform and the social media account. Honestly, that's all you need. I would say starting from today, probably going on Shopify or off Amazon, probably not the best thing to do, just because, we're looking at some numbers together, Nate. When you look at, how much you pay for fulfillment fee, you pay for, card processing on Shopify and, and shipping and all that, it almost comes down to the same thing you pay on Amazon when it comes to that 15% margin Amazon takes away from you, especially if it's a smaller product that, it's cheap, it's cheaper to ship from Amazon FBA. And so sometimes it's even cheaper selling on Amazon than it is selling off Amazon. And especially if you're just starting out and you're trying to look for that product market fit, Amazon has the ecosystem, the platform, everything is there. You don't have to worry about website speed and all that. I would say just go on Canva, put together a logo, get social media accounts, and try to sell on Amazon. Get that product market fit. Be sure that people want this product. Try to get reviews. Try to build a community on social. And after that, I would say you get your first 500K in sale or something like that. Then you could consider going off Amazon and setting up Shopify stores and looking at off Amazon advertising. But as a new seller, the one thing you just want to do is get selling on Amazon. At least that's how we started anyway. Get selling on Amazon. Get that traction, get product market fit. Social media accounts are very simple to set up and free to set up, and you don't need any money to post for free and get some buzz and attention. And I think those two things is everything a seller like us need to start. And then when you get traction, you begin to go into the off Amazon space. And even at that, you don't invest in huge marketing or huge branding or huge websites. Platforms like Shopify have simple templates you could just install, and you have the website up and running. But when you get to a place like us where you're doing 10+ million a year, then you want to invest in a proper infrastructure to get you to the 100 million mark that we're looking at in the next 10 years for sure.
I think that's so important what you just said. Like, I really hope everybody's listening, because the challenge is when you go on YouTube or you listen to the podcast, even our show, right? Because every episode, it's hard to give the right context unless you've been listening all along. I think you get the shiny object syndrome. You hear that you're supposed to be like the expert at Facebook ads and Google ads and social and all this other stuff. All those are really important, but until you get that product market fit, like you said, a lot of times people are just spending money on a product that ultimately is not going to be where they want to land. So that's why we're like, when we're setting up new brands or new product lines or profit centers, you might call them, right? These kind of separate divisions, we really are trying to, I'm trying to do better about focusing us in on just that product market fit before we go too hard on the investment. And it is different than what you hear some people talk about in the D2C space who have this venture capital funding where they have literally millions of dollars, or some of these aggregators, they have millions of dollars to almost like throw at the wall and see what sticks. We're not like that, right? We've been transparent all along that we're very bootstrapped in all of our businesses. It's only our own capital that's on the line. So we hold it very close to our chest, all of our expenses and everything. And we, at times it's you got to swallow hard to make some of these investments. And we're at that place where we're trying to do that and see the long-term vision. But when you're starting, you can really go broke quick if you try to do too many things and not just focus on what Abs you just said right there. So I think super important. I hope everybody take something from that based on where they're at, or the next time they try to set up a new kind of niche or product line, and don't get too far ahead of themselves. Like we have sometimes in the past, that's a lesson we're learning along the way.